Hello, boys and girls. What is going on? Here's that swarm. It's still here. It's still here, but I got all these bees hanging out here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't. It's just strange, weird stuff. Weird, weird, weird. Steve-O's Weird World. I put 2 frames of resources right in the center there. It looks like they're going after it. They're surrounding it. And they're drinking the syrup. That's a good thing. So it's a wait and see game. I borrowed those resources from that end colony down there that's looking weak as hell. This is what was in there. Do you think my sheets are working, guys? Look at this. Look at the beetles stuck in this thing. And they got propolis. The bees are mixing propolis and fluffing it up with their mandibles and making a fuzzy surface. So I don't need to run that. You know, I was running that serrated steak knife across these to fluff them up. But I see you don't need to. Just put them in. I like these better than the beetle barns. I got another hive down there on the waterfront right around the corner from where I caught this one. And they were on the outside. And I asked the homeowner a while ago, are the bees coming and going out of that box? And he said, don't look like they're coming in and out. He said, I went down there and there was just a few flying around. So I've got to go down today or so and re-lure it and figure out what's going on. But I was at the surgeon today. I thought I'd update you on that. That was not good news. My cancer has come back. It's been I can't believe it, guys. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years since I had that robotic surgery to remove my prostate. And I guess he went in, he told me they went in there, they removed it, the surgery went great, they pulled it out, they got in a bag, extracted it, they checked tissue around where that prostate was. No cancer. But my numbers are creeping up. The PSA numbers are creeping up. So I still have cancer. Not good. Not good. Not good. But hey, it is what it is. All of my years, guys, this is why I keep, I sound like a broken record. Stop drinking, stop smoking, all that. See, I did all the naughty stuff you're not supposed to be doing. So here, 20 freaking years later, can bite you in the ass, and that's what's happening. Seen a lot of people check out with cancer. I've got to go now. We're setting it up. I got a oncologist, radiologist combo dude that he works with. They work hand in hand with my surgeon. So I've got to set that up. What they're going to do, they're going to do a PET scan. That's where they inject you. They inject you with a radioactive dye. And then they're gonna scan me from skull to about mid-thigh. So they're gonna cover the entire body, all the organs, everything, all the way down to my thighs. Yes, that's the latest and greatest plan. So here we are at the feeding station here. I'm going to continue. I've been doing a little bee sting therapy. We're going to continue on with it. With venom therapy. I've been poking myself in thighs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Wow. Wow. Like I said, guys, this is painful. But so is cancer. So let's fight fire with fire, right? That's 4 hits in that leg. Let's do 4 hits in this leg. Wow. Yeah, baby, light my fire. Some I just can't get to sting. That one did. I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you guys are thinking, Steve-O, you are one crazy ass nut job. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. But it is what it is. But I figure it like this, I'm gonna fight fire with fire. And right now, these bee stings feel like somebody's sticking me with a hot poker. There's a yellow jacket, and I really don't want to get hit with that dude. But it's probably as good, or not, if not better. It's probably as good, if not better, than this honeybee venom. I want to pop a few more in my left thigh. The surrounding area. The endorphins are kicking in, and so the pain receptors are, it's helping lower the pain. That's enough for today. That's enough for today, guys. I'm gonna keep at it. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. And then we're gonna have testing, blood work testing. Once they find this, the surgeon told me once they find it, we have to seek it out. The only way you're gonna seek it out is do the injection with the radioactive fluid. Then they put you under the PET scan and it starts tracking across your body. Wherever that radioactive fluid hits cancer, it lights up, okay? So it lights up and shows exactly where it's at. Then they can target that. They can what they can do is pinpoint radiation in there and zap that cancer. This colony's toast, guys. Right here. I stole some resources here. Look at this hive. This thing was booming. 3 weeks ago, guys, this whole face of this hive was just slapped full of bees. Okay? Let's go and see what this trap's doing. I relured this trap the other day. Nothing's going on here. Something's going on with this wax. And there's no need for me to call Man Lake and say, what's up, bro, with your wax? There's so many scenarios that can be going on here. They buy wax from beekeepers. Now, do they do in-house remelting? Do they do in-house verifying that that wax they bought from Joe Blow over here, beekeeper Joe Blow, is it straight up pure beeswax? Who the frig knows? If they don't have some way of testing that wax, we don't know what we're getting. We could be getting soybean. We could be getting some China soybean fake wax, blending and mixing with existing beekeeper wax to pump up the weight. Beeswax is expensive, guys. It is gold, and it's like honey. It is gold. And if that wax is not right, there's something going on, because they're not going in my traps. They're attracted to the traps. They have to swarm. And the theory, my theory is on that. You guys tell me what you think. But my theory is we're getting hit with such a major parasitic load, virus load too, on our hives. The girls don't like it. They're absconding their existing home. They're seeking out other homes. Then they find Steve-O's buckets. Now there's an issue of them coming in my buckets. I thought for sure it was the heat. Right now, today, I'm sitting here right now in the shade. I'm 110 heat index here in sunny Florida. It is brutal. It is brutal. So, anyway, that's that little portion. I don't know what's going on. All I know, I'm sure these bees are going to heavy hit parasitic load. That hive is toasted. I only stole 2 frames of resource. I put it in that swarm over there. These bees are dying. They're checking out. I've got so many boxes here, it's ridiculous. Those 3 have resources in it. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 boxes here with frames in it, resources. And then I got a bunch more on that stand. Die-outs. I don't know, the whole bee operation is getting very depressing. And then we throw more depression on with cancer comeback. But Steve-O is a tough old son of a bitch, and he doesn't give up, okay? So we will continue on doing what I do. And I'm gonna keep this venom therapy up, and let's just see. The surgeon told me, he said, you could come back 5 years from now, 5 years from today, and your numbers may be sitting here at the same. We don't know. So there's so many unknowns, just like with these honeybees, guys. There's so many unknowns with the human body and the bees. We don't know. We don't know. It's all a huge guessing game. But I know one thing. This big pharma man-made products that we're using on these bees, these mites are all getting, they're all getting used to it. And we're fighting a losing battle. Now the only battle that's winning, the only bees that are winning right now, from what I understand, are the Africanized killer bees. Yes, they've been around for millions of years. Those Africanized bees that are meaner than rattlesnake shizit. And I used to work them. I used to work them in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, and I had some really hot bees when I was a young whippersnapper, 13, 14 years of age. I had some pretty hot bees then. I think the hot bees came into Florida way before they said they did, but who knows? It's another big wild guess. So anyway, Steve-O is just a little frustrated right now, but hey, it is what it is. And you know, if this cancer takes me out, you know what, guys? It's my own damn fault. Because I used to be a smoker and a drinker. Haven't done it in years. Haven't done it in 20 years. Just stopped it. I used to sip on a little vino. I don't do none of that anymore. Matter of fact, for the last 3 weeks, I have not touched any sugar whatsoever. And not going to. Not eating no ice cream, none of that junk. So we just have to wait and see. Let's wait and see how this venom's going to work on my body. If all of a sudden, I've been doing this now for about 2 weeks, this venom therapy. They don't know nothing about it. I'm not going to tell this oncologist unless he asks, what are you doing? What are you doing? We can't find cancer cells in you. What's going on? I'm going to say, well, I'm a beekeeper. I've been doing a lot of bee sting therapy on me. Of course, I get it every day when I'm out there anyway. And so maybe there's something to bee venom therapy. That's all I'm going to say. I know I have killed skin cancer on my body with bee venom. And I didn't tell the surgeon when he was cutting this. See that smiley face? I've showed you this before. That thing was no bigger than a pencil eraser when I started first looking at it. And that thing started growing. I told Miss Daisy, I got to get to a dermatologist. A dermatologist, she took one look at it. And so her eyes got really big. We got to get you to a surgeon. I'll set it up. I didn't ask her if it was cancer. She knew it was cancer, and she knew that I knew it was cancer. So she sets it up, right? She said, okay, you're all set up. I said, well, when do I go? 2 months. It was 2 months, guys. 2 months out. I told Miss Daisy, this is insanity. This thing's growing 100 miles an hour. It grew up the size of my thumb, like this, in no time. That surgeon went in there. He was all smiley. You know, when you walk in there with cancer, you can see the dollar sign in their eyeballs. They're smiling and looking at you. You can actually see the dollar signs in their eyes. Okay. He said he gets this little hook scalpel out. He numbs me up. He has a little bitty needle. He pokes it around, numbs it up. He cuts this plug of meat out of there, guys. You can see all the way down to the friggin' tendons. He said, I'm gonna go back and check this out, and I'll be back. And if I gotta go out further in the margins, I will. But we'll just sample this for now. So he comes back. He's in there for like 30 minutes, guys, under a microscope, hunting. He comes out with this most bewildered look on his face, guys. And so is his cute little blonde assistant he had there. Little hottie. And they both have this bewildered look on their face, guys. Bewildered. He goes, sir, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? You don't know what? I can't find any cancer cells. I said, well, that's kind of a good thing, isn't it? Well, guys, I had just nailed the living hell out of this thing. I had about 50 stingers, and my whole top of my hand pumped up like this high. It looked like I had boxing mitts on. And then only one night, I went to bed with it. I didn't even put ice on. I just went to bed with it. And I just said, burn, baby, burn. And it sure did. And the next morning, it was down. I probably had enough venom in it to kill the average person. So, he says, I don't know what to tell you. I said, how about goodbye? How's that? I had a smile on my face. How about, sir, goodbye? And he goes, I guess I got to say goodbye to you. I said, thank you very much for checking it out. I never told him, guys, what I had done. I never told him. But he came back. This thing was even, it started dying. And actually it has some fissures like in it, a little crack in it. I even poked right into those fissures with venom. And he said, but the weirdest thing I saw, it looked like a splinter in the middle of that. I said, a splinter? What the heck? I said. I didn't tell him it was a bee stinger. He couldn't distinguish a bee stinger from a wood splinter. He thought I'd had a wood splinter in it or something. And so I walked out of there, guys, with them both scratching their frickin' heads. They had no clue what I had done. And they don't have a clue till this day what I did. But I will give these people a heads up if they ask me. With me stabbing my arms, what do I got? 3 in that one. I got 3, 4 in that one. I got 4 in that leg. The other day I did 8 and 8. The next morning I woke up and looked at that thing, those thighs. It looked like somebody hit me with a ball-peen hammer. It wasn't black and blue. It was just red and sore, like a really sore muscle. They say one sting is 1/10 of a rattlesnake bite. I don't know. All I can tell you it burns. It burns bad. So if you ever do what I'm doing, I'm not telling you to do any of this stuff I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And we'll go down this little learning curve paths together, and maybe it's just a path to nothingness. We don't know. We don't have any idea what I'm doing is going to work. All I can tell you is I toasted cancer on this hand, and it was a very aggressive cancer, growing really bad, and I could feel it actually like it had hooks and claws digging into the meat of my hand. And I had another one on my forearm. It was a black spot I had for years, and then all of a sudden that sucker started, I felt it just like it was digging in, like it had teeth on it and was digging into my freaking forearm. And I'm going, and then I pushed on it. It was hardening up, and that thing was growing legs, guys, and growing into my freaking meat. And I said, that has got to die. And so I hit that with about 8 hits, really tight. Within 1 week, within about 3 days, that thing started having a little white crust on. Okay, so my battery went dead, guys. I had to change out batteries, but I'm in here now. I'm going to process this video, but I wanted to show you here the meat here on my thigh. And what I do is, these have been in long enough, they quit pumping. So I just scrape them like this. You can see the stingers, they just pop right out. That's them, they just fall off on the ground. They ain't hurt nothing. That's it. Some of these flare up and get a little bit aggravated, whatever, but majority of them, there's really no big harm done. See, these just pop right out of your hide. And you could actually even just leave the stingers in there. They'll dissolve. Your body will absorb them. Now this whole area here is red. It's pretty red here, this whole area. Both these areas. These are the old stingers I had the other day. But no harm done, and hopefully it will do some good. Yeah, I had them confused down there at that surgeon place on that hand. And I never did, like I said, never did tell them what I'm doing. But I will tell these people what they're doing, what's going on. If what my therapy is doing now, I don't know when my appointment's set up to do the radiation, PET scan, where they inject the dye. And they're going to go from skull all the way down to past my groin area and see where this cancer is at. I told them, I told the surgeon, I said, he does like 15 of these robotic surgeries a week. He's a busy man. Hell, he got a big team. Super nice guy. I really like him. Straight to the point. They may take me off. He said, we may take you off. He said, we'll let the radiologist, make a call on that one. He says, they may take me off testosterone. I said, I understand that testosterone will speed up cancer if you have it. It doesn't cause cancer, but it will speed up cancer if you have it. He said, no, there's never been a study on that. Never been a study on that one. He said, there is a study been done. He said, if you stop testosterone, the cancer seems to cease. He says, so he may take you off testosterone. And once you're undetectable, your cancer is undetectable, you may be able to crank back up on it. I said, I know one thing, I'll be dead. I'll be so lethargic that I won't be able to raise bees. He said, well, that's your call. He said, I said, well, it's not going to be my call. I'm just telling you the facts. It's brutal work. He said, yeah, you might have to hang it up. So there's a possibility. I'm going to have to hang up my hive tools, guys, and put a for sale sign on the rest of this junk I have out here that's empty boxes. Because without Steve-O Beekeeper, there will be empty boxes. These bees are not surviving. They're not surviving with me. But I was hoping to find some bees that are genetically, can genetically clean off these mice and clean out the hive. But I'm not seeing it yet at all. They're slowly checking out. The only ones I've talked to South American beekeepers, we chit-chat back and forth. I've got some South American beekeepers, and they work all extremely hot bees. Killer bees, guys. They're working killer bees in South America. And they don't have any of the problems that we have here in America. None. So maybe hot killer bees is the wave of the future and the way we're going to, but see, with my scenario, working close to people like on the waterfront, I can't have hot bees attacking homeowners, children, dogs, pets. No. The bees, it's funny, the bees that I have now, all these swarms, and I've caught a bunch of them, but the majority of them have checked out. I've set them up, they're running fine for a while, and then they slowly start falling down, and checking out. And I know it's Varroa and viruses that they bring, high beetle issues that they bring, viruses and whatnot. It's what it is. I'm trying to stay ahead of it, but all these toxic Varroa treatments on bees, I've had it right to here with all of it, okay? All of the BS, all of the crap, I've had it. So I want to be natural beekeeper or no beekeeper. Maybe I will just start fishing shows. Instead of beekeeping shows, we'll start fishing shows or wild boar trapping, whatever, okay? But the bees may be on the way out. I will keep trapping. I enjoy it. I'll keep trapping, and we'll keep searching. Hopefully, we'll find some bees that are hygienic enough to handle all of this carnage of Varroa and hive beetles. I don't know. We're going to keep at it until I start pushing up daisies. I'll see you on this next one, guys. Be happy, be strong. We're going to keep carrying on. See ya.